Yo, it's your boy McLoven in the building. Now, I don't know what we left off too much. We did, as you can see, we did take down the number one seed in the close one. Not too many games left. But belt real quick. Shoot around. You know, now, we don't even shoot threes. And they talking about shooting at least 36%.
Now let's take a moment for this Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And Clark, what's going to be the key for the 76ers?
Well, Kev, Kurt Thomas is a guy they've got to keep under control. He's an excellent rebounder on both backboards, so you've got to get into him and deny him prime position inside.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What do they need to keep in mind?
And one of the key contributors for them will be Michael Ray, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all this year?
Oh, unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin. He can hurt you from anywhere.
It ought to be a compelling game to watch. Thanks, Clark. Here's Fisher after the basket by Milwaukee. To Fisher. Unload from 9. And that is good.
He came up big there against a much bigger opponent. Sweet play down low.
So it's Milwaukee. Here's Shorty.
Boy, help out was crucial. I'm gonna try that again.
Here's Green from short range. The shot is off. And the Bucks going the other way right now. The last time these two clubs came together was also in this building, with an unfortunate ending for the home team.
In some ways, they should be fairly pleased with their play and effort, but it never feels great to take a loss, even when you do have a decent hour.
Blocked and recovered. What a nice play by Dallenberg. Tried to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away. Shorty. Fisher.
Ain't no way I just...
And here are the 76ers now. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Can't really say a lot of good things about areas of their play. Not great offensively, not great defensively either.
Here's Fisher. Right now averaging 7 points a game. 5 on the shot clock. Iguodala trains it from just inside the three-point line. When I think of Andre Iguodala, I think about offense. But you know what? This guy's defense, he kind of transfers that athleticism on offense to being a pretty good defender.
He's got good feet, excellent feet, and then he's longer than he appears. I mean, he's strong and lean, but he's also pretty long, so he's able to use that length to bother shots, to block shots, and to get deflections and steals.
And anticipation, that's a big thing for a defender.
Without question, he has excellent anticipation. He's always ready to jump into those passes.
Here's Iguodala. Drains it for 3. 5 points in the game.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
The Bucks trail.
Watch the screen.
6 seconds to shoot. Here's Shorty. Rebounded by Brand.
Well, he faded away on it for no good reason. He shouldn't have made that shot harder than it had to be.
Green had his pass go out of bounds, and they'll give up the ball. The Bucks going with a new group. And here are the Bucks now. They trail by 3. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
One of the things that I thought made a big impact was their ability to knock down the three-point shot consistently. They didn't waste time with the ball. When the open 3 was available, they shot it.
And here is Red. He played real well against Atlanta in that last game. Tricky up and under move by Elson.
Sometimes the most impressive moves are the ones that get the least attention, but not this time. Best shot of the game so far.
Rand, good.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
And here is Red. Not on the scoreboard yet. Shorty from close range cannot hit. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Here's Young.
Boy, when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
I'm still at 61, let's remember.
So it's Milwaukee now. It's a 5-point game. And here is Thomas. Five on the shot clock. Here's Shorty, and heads out of bounds.
Not what I
Last
wanted
touch
to do.
by the 76ers. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. You take a look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here. They're unselfish, they set good screens, they move well without the ball, and they're disciplined in that they don't take just any shot. They want the best shot available, and that's usually what they get.
Petrus with it. Off the inbound pass. Good.
Well, the D was in the area, but when you're guarding...
And it's the 76ers with the ball. Rebound by Elton Brand.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot.
The 76ers with the narrow lead.
Well, Kevin, what can you say? They played terrific offensively. If I had to point out an area for improvement...
Shot block, nothing right. Nothing I take is a good one. Gotta get that team involved.
And here are the Bucks now, trailing by 2. And looking forward to next Sunday, it'll be Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets. And they'll take on the Magic at Amway Arena. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. 6 seconds to shoot. Perimeter, Shorty, and it's tied up. He has 6.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. We take a look at the 76ers. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. But of course, Milwaukee sitting there 4 spots below.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the snide against these guys. That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
The handoff to Jennings. Here's Bogut.
Hold on, y'all. Something just don't feel right.
Flushes it with the one-handed jam.
He's not a sensational dunker, but he flushed that one just to make sure.
Screen by Brand. Here's Iguodala. Connects from the high post. He has 7.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
Bro.
Thomas kisses it off the glass and in. Sweet touch by the 15th-year veteran out of TCU. Rand. No luck. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Shorty. He's covered by Fisher. Here's Jennings. Almost a three-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for two. That's on Derek Fisher.
Not a bad foul there, Kevin. You don't want him to get the easy layup.
Can't sink the first. He sinks the second. Here's Fisher. 2:58 left in the second. And looking forward to this Saturday, it'll be Yao Ming and the Houston Rockets. They'll be hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. It'll get rolling at 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
Shots good from Young. Milwaukee in the lead. Thomas on the low block. Jennings kept alive. Here's Shorty from inside. Missed. Fisher has picked up his second foul. He knocks down the first one. Dallenberg is in at center. And he splits the free throws.
I really like the way their offense looks here in the second. They're getting to the line more here than they did in the first quarter.
Here's Fisher. 76ers turn it over. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. So it's Milwaukee now. Here's Alexander. Connects.
Well, it's almost impossible to miss when the D is playing that song.
The 76ers trail. Fisher in close. Finishes with a soft touch.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
On defense, the 76ers. Here's Alexander.
Well, Kevin, they've been fighting it out for the rebounds here, so far it's an even match in that area.
Iguodala with it. We saw him with 19 points his last outing to Fisher. Here's Dallenberg. Thomas is on him. A shot by Dallenberg, no good. And that's right, Clark. Evenly matched rebounding and a close game to show for it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I think as we get deeper into this game, the battle under the basket, which team can control the glass will be a real determining factor.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. The Bucks missing that time. Rand. Here's Fisher. Scooped up. Fisher does not get the go-ahead bucket.
I'm surprised he missed that three. The defense was very fortunate.
And here is Red. A missed three.
The big fella swallows up rebounds. This guy knows how to fight for a board.
Fisher down low. Dumps it home off the sweet dish.
That's a great feed to find him inside. When you're willing to pass the ball, good things happen.
And here are the Bucks now. 16 seconds left in the half. Here's Shorty. Drops it in on the layup. 9 points in the game so far.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Here's Green. Misses the buzzer beater.
Well, that was a closely contested first half.
Yeah, if the game keeps up like this, it could be a nail bite. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 23-21. Now it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Bucks have been doing a good job of limiting their turnovers.
Yeah, they've made excellent decisions with the ball, and that's why they've got the lead.
Andre Iguodala with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, he's really scoring well so far, carrying the load for this team right now.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. And here are the Bucks now. The lead is 2. To Warwick. He turns it over. We'll
y'all see this? This is why I'm leaving.
And be sure to tune in next Sunday. It'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. They'll be playing host to the visiting San Antonio Spurs. Tip-off time set for 8 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. Ivy connects from in close. Here's Milwaukee now. Tipped.
The interior D was lurking on that one.
Here's Ivy for the lead. Lays it right in. So it's Milwaukee now. Shorty at the controls. And here is Thomas. Dallenberg covering. Here's Red. Rebounded by Graham.
That's his job. That's what he does. He clamps down on the shooter. He's one tough defender.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Cheryl Miller.
Well, at the end of the half, I spoke with the head coach of the Bucks. The other team is taking advantage of us in one area, he said. The team needs to break the game down into quarters. The goal is to win each quarter individually and not worry about anything else.
We gotta get this high, so we gotta turn it into
Cheryl.
20.
And the 76ers call time here.
Party? Wasn't even rocking.
The Bucks going with the new group. Here's Dallenberg. The 76ers leading.
I had a highlight clip. Just expose that ball on the ISO, go for a dunk, and I get put on the bench. I got a ball.
To Fisher.
That point. Oh my.
Resic drains it from short range. He has 6.
He saw the height mismatch and went to work immediately. That's smart basketball.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Red. Fisher snatches it inside.
Look at this is what I'm talking about.
Definitely a day
You
he'd
are
like to
3-point
forget.
specialist and you
He just
got
hasn't
rich.
had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Here's Iguodala. Converts the difficult shot.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
McLoven on the way up out of here, man.
We've reached the end of the third, and it's been an exciting game. The score, 45-37. Andre Iguodala.
Look at that. Thumbnail.
Iguodala with it. 8-point game. Young from downtown. The shot misses. And the Bucks going the other way right now. Red gets in close. Graceful finish. And they cut it to 6.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
76ers on D. 6-point lead.
Excellent defense, and the steal earns him a quick bucket in transition.
Here's Fisher. Can't connect on the quick shot.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
To 0 on the paint. Kept alive. Goes back up. Flips it in for 2.
There's the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. A 2-point game. On the wing, it's Iguodala. Iguodala, high post. Brand with it, working on Morris. It's tipped. Stolen away by the Bucks.
And despite the number of turnovers, Kevin, they've still got the lead here.
And the 76ers call time here. Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, guys, I had a chance to talk to the Bucks. He wants them to post up, or he thinks they can take advantage down there. He's right. Guys?
Thank you, Cheryl. And it's not too often we see a team lead when they're playing like this.
No, you're right, Kevin. I mean, this is out of the norm. Turnovers are only one part of the game, though. An important part, they've been able to overcome them in some other areas. There's another giveaway for him now. You know he didn't have a single turnover in the first half.
Brand with it, working on Warwick. Here's Dallenberg. Buries it.
Explosive offense. These two teams have been going at each other this entire game.
Shorty, he's covered by Fisher. And Clark, you're right. What has happened, he has lost his concentration. Has the defense figured him out?
I think that's part of it, but I think it's both things. It's concentration lapse, and it's also the defense doing a better job of making him uncomfortable. And those are two things that he's just going to have to work through, and I think he can handle it.
He does not have a lot of breathing space.
No, he doesn't.
Here's Fisher. He's got 6.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them doing quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their 3rd turnover in this quarter. And here are the Bucks now, trailing by 2. Thomas hits the front rim and doesn't go. Here's Philadelphia. The lead is 2. To the high post. Here's Thomas. Rebound by Elton Brand.
I'm so
These turnovers can pile up, like you were saying, Clark. And when you cough up the rock, you're forfeiting possession.
Empty trips, we call them, Kevin, and that's exactly what they've been doing right now. You've got to be aware of where the defense is, and you also have to be ready to be patient and make good decisions with the basketball.
Why y'all
Shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
They haven't adjusted to the defensive intensity they're facing, and it's resulted in far too many turnovers here. I mean, just in this quarter alone, they've been throwing it all over the gym.
The 76ers, they call a full timeout. They're in front by 2. 122 after the 4th. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Iguodala is such a great scorer for this team, and he's made a reputation on being able to make big shots late in games. So I've got to think they're coming to him for this play.
Iguodala with it. 10 points in the game so far. Here's Dallenberg. It's in!
Yeah, both teams have ramped it up here in the second half.
The Bucks trail. To Warwick, off the pick. Puts it in off the sweet pick. Iguodala with it, averaging 22 points a game. It's off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. Now Young, 12 points for him. Knocks down the trifecta.
This guy will really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Here's Shorty. The rebound by Young.
Ill-advised shot there, no question about it.
It's tipped. Stolen by the Bucks.
That's a mistake your team doesn't need. They better hurry. Time is ticking down.
Here's Jennings. Shorty leads the game in assists. Iguodala with it. The Bucks are intentionally fouled. They're not yet in the penalty, so they'll need to commit a second foul to send them to the line.
That's the right move. Stop the clock. Hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
Here's Fisher. It's a 3-point game. Intercepted by the Bucks. Laid in softly off the glass.
He's just so clutch. Here's a guy you want on your side with the game on the line.
That's what
The
I'm
76ers call for a 20-second timeout. They're winning by 1. 4 seconds left in the game. Clark, what's your take?
Iguodala has been sizzling. You like to see him get the ball out of this timeout.
Graham backs in. The Bucks commit the intentional foul, and they'll try to extend the game.
Yep, they'll send him to the line and hope for some misses. That's their only hope right now.
On the first, and that'll put him up by 2. Off on the second. And here is Thomas. Oh, he got it!
Buzzer, knock it down! Right at the hole.
Set up, please.
Take it home, young fella. Take it
created
home.
space.
What a way to end it.
The Bucks went the distance as they outlast the 76ers, 58-57. For his steady play, Shorty is the Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Yeah, Kevin, he was really...
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
That was a terrible game. For the guy that was guarding you, first off, you were very selective on your shots out there. That kind of patience impresses me. There is no better way to put your team into a position to win than by taking smart shots. Additionally, I was impressed with all your assists. It's taken a long time for it to happen, but the assist is making a comeback in the NBA, and I love it. There really isn't much else I can say that hasn't already been said.
We have to score 9-point limit by matchup before assists is crazy. How am I supposed to stop a nigga from passing the ball?
And now it's time for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, what do you think will be the key for the Heat?
Well, Kev, Kurt Thomas is a guy they've got to keep under control. He's an excellent rebounder on both backboards, so you've got to get into him and deny him prime position inside.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What will be the key for them?
And one of the key contributors for them will be Michael Redd, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all in his shot?
Unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin. He can hurt you from anywhere.
Thanks, Clark. And here is Redd in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. He knocks down the first one. Gets them both. Wade with it. Right now averaging 31 points a game. O'Neal backs in. Here's Bibby. Kept alive. Wade gets in close. The Heat will hold on to it. Wade with it. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. O'Neal backs down. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Haslam. Yet another miss.
Tough miss. They got a good look, just couldn't capitalize.
Dumps it off. To 0. Warwick. Wade is covering. Hits the 15-footer. Wade with it. About 3.5 minutes left in the first. The pass cut off by Shorty. The break is up. Here's Redd from short range. Lays it right in.
Boy, Kevin, Red has a unique least, but he's worked hard at it. It's a quick trigger, and it's really kind of unorthodox. But the bottom line is he's a career 40% three-point shooter, so you can't leave him alone behind the arc.
Shorty gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul. And here is O'Neal. Last time, 14 points for him. Richardson, good.
That's exactly what coaches love to see on offense. High percentage shots.
Shorty flushes it with the one-handed jam.
The well-set screen freed him up for the nasty throwdown. Nice execution.
Here's O'Neal. Buries the short-range jumper.
You can't allow him to establish deep position like that. Once he gets it in that close, he's almost unstoppable.
On defense, Miami, trailing by 4. Last time they met was in Miami.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
Lead with it following the shot by Michael Redd.
Boy, Kevin, I tell you what, with Dwayne Wade, what a turnaround and what a difference being healthy makes. People were starting to write Dwayne Wade off because his numbers and production had gone down. But he was hurt. He was not healthy. Knee trouble, shoulder issues, trying to carry a team. And he did it all without complaining, but you knew he wasn't himself. The Dean's team showed you who Dwayne Wade is, and that was the platform and the launching pad for an unbelievable comeback season for Dwayne Wade.
And here is Thomas following the three-point attempt by Mike Bibby. Alexander is guarded by Hazel. From inside, it takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds. Let's take a moment now to check out the top scorers around the league. And you look at Wade, third in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
With his unbelievable scoring ability, he is such a security blanket, not only for his teammates, but for his coaches. I mean, this is a guy that you can count on to produce night in and night out at a high level, because there's just not anything he can't do at the offensive end of the floor. That really makes the coach's job a lot easier. Just give him the ball and let him do his thing.
Miami trailing. Here's Wade. 2 hands for safety.
Oh, 2 hands to make sure.
Milwaukee in the lead. Nelson. Now Bell. Thomas. Connects.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
And here is Chalmers. 11 points last game. Chalmers wasn't watching the line there. That's going to be an over and back. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. And checking out Milwaukee, right on their heels. So it's Milwaukee now. 4-point game. Tipped.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
Here comes Mario Chalmers. Right now averaging 7 points a game.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
So it's Milwaukee now. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
That was some great tenacity on the court from them, Kevin. I mean, good solid D, lots of activities with the active feet and hands, getting their hands on balls, slapping balls away. I think that helped them jumpstart their offense.
And here is Thomas. Got it up. Can't get the buzzer beater. The Bucks with the slight lead.
They're doing an excellent job of getting to the charity stripe. Still, their defense has been less than stellar. If they can tighten things up a bit at that end, they'd really be in business.
We've reached the end of the first, and it's a barn burner. Still close, though. 12-10. All right, the first quarter had a lot of good action. I think we'll be in for some more here in the second. So it's Milwaukee now. And here's what's coming up next Monday. We'll see Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. They'll play host to the Denver Nuggets. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
On defense, Miami. Here's Shorty off the pick. And it's D. Wade with the rebound.
You can't D up a layup any better than that. Nice work.
Right. So I'm not in the passing.
Haslam a screen. Inside. Off the screen. Wade gets the bucket.
Terrific pick to set up that basket. The little things are the big things, and they can always make a difference.
So it's Milwaukee now. Here's Shorty. Dumps it down with one hand. 8 points for him.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Red. Finished off the break. Nice bucket by the 10th-year veteran out of Ohio State.
Well, Kevin, you know I've got to give some love to a fellow Buckeye. M. Red, Michael Red, the sweet shooting lefty from Columbus, Ohio, and the Ohio State University. Boy, he went down with injury late in the season for Milwaukee, and like Bogut, that hurt the Bucks because this guy is a classy performer, a leader, a lethal scorer, and a clutch shot maker. They missed all of that when he went down.
O'Neal inside. Thomas is on him. His first attempt. O'Neal misses. On offense here, the Bucks. They lead by 4. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. So it's Miami now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Haslam a screen. Here's Bibby. Off the mark from 3. So it's Milwaukee. 6-point game. To Warwick. Leads him with the pass. Here's Shorty. Lays it right in. He's got 12.
Tour de force performance right here. They're having a great second quarter.
And the Heat all-time Heat outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Kevin, they just didn't muster up enough of the fortitude you need to win. They didn't really play their game.
And we have a moment to take a look at the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. You look at Miami, 3rd in the league, so good at spotting up and knocking it down from behind the arc.
Multiple three-point shooters spaced out behind the three-point line. It's a nightmare for an opposing coach. I mean, these guys love the three-point shot, and they take full advantage of their outstanding shooters by using it a whole lot every game.
And here's what's in store for next Wednesday. It'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. They'll be hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. It'll get rolling at 7:30 Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right. And Miami has possession after the basket by Milwaukee. Wade. Anthony with it. Working on Warwick. Anthony cannot hit. And the Bucks going the other way right now. The handoff to Zero. Down low. The dump off to Warwick. On the money. 8 points for him.
No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
Timeout called the Heat.
I don't know. Yeah, I think McLoven gonna land.
And as we get a break, let's take a look at some of the scores from last night's games. For the Bulls, a good game in Chicago, so the Heat dropped that game. The Mavericks dropped one on the road. A win there for Portland. It was the Rockets taking the win down in Houston as the Los Angeles Clippers are defeated. And back to the game we go. Milwaukee in the lead. Shorty to the right block. Warwick backs him down. Bogut. A little long, but it goes in.
He's not their go-to guy offensively normally, but when his number was called, he rose to the occasion.
Here comes Mario Chalmers. Here's Shorty, arcs it high. Richardson snatches it inside.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. With the D right in his face, that made all the difference. That was a perfect chance to finish on the break, and he let it slip away.
To Alexander.
Oh, hey.
Shorty dumps it off. Here's Warwick, hammers it in. He's got 10.
Too easy, far too easy.
To the right wing, to Chalmers. On deep, Alexander gets the board inside.
Kevin, even with his shooting ability, you can't settle for long-range bombs like that.
Yeah,
The Bucks
have been on the scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, but still plenty of time left. This game is far from over. And that concludes the first half. The score, 30-18. Let's now go to studio for the T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Bucks have hold a commanding lead, and it's easy to...
All right. We got to tee up.
Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway. On defense, Miami, a 12-point game.
Why do we...
Here's Alexander. No good. And Miami will go the other way with the ball. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game.
There's high percentage shots, and then there are 100% shots. That's as close as it gets right there.
Here's Milwaukee now. Alexander. To zero. Out left. Red. Kept alive. Stolen away by the Heat.
Things got jammed up near the rim, and that left a golden opportunity for the steal.
Here's Wright. Shorty corrals the miss inside. So it's Milwaukee. 10-point lead. Here's Alexander. Lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. Sweet touch by the two-year man out of West Virginia. Here's Bibby. Right now averaging 11 points a game. O'Neal nails it from close range. He has 6. On offense here, the Bucks. Here's Shorty on target with that J from the line. They take a 12-point lead.
Stole that out the B-Baggins bag.
He's got 10.
Moved in a midi. Ooh, I'm too swift.
Wade, right wing. Here's Bibby. Can't cut the lead to single digits.
You can simply tell, Kevin, I mean, they want the ball more right now.
Shorty. O'Neal with the rebound. And Miami has possession. Down by 12. Baseline jumper. The shot by Wade, no good. And Clark, sometimes it just comes down to who wants it more.
It makes all the difference, Kevin. Tenacity, persistence, going after the ball. And that's what we're seeing here so far.
The Bucks going with a new group. Wade with it. Inge O'Neal over Thomas. Hits the quick shot.
Come on, y'all. We're not
8 points for him.
game.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Here's Bogut, guarded by O'Neal. A shot by Bogut.
They run very few plays for him on offense, but he got it done right there.
Timeout called, the Heat. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. You take a look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
As a team, they really execute their offense. So guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with. Ball movement, player movement, execution leads to high field goal percentage.
So it's Milwaukee now. Jermaine O'Neal missing his last shot. Here's Shorty. The shot no good. And Miami will go the other way with the ball. 2:03 left in the third. Here's Jones. Bibby leads the game in assists.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Shorty scooped up. Goes back up. Cams the second chance pass.
That's why you got
16.
He doesn't have a lot of game with his back to the basket, but that time he found a way to get it done in there. That's a pretty good move for a guy you don't expect to score in the paint.
And here's O'Neal. He's got 8. Deflects the pass. The steal by the Bucks.
To get back into this game, Kevin, they need to really concentrate on limiting the turnovers. I mean, it hasn't been terrible for them, but it's still hurting their cause.
Wade with it after Michael Redd scored. To Bibby. Jones from downtown. That's good.
You can see that they're trying to open things up here to get back in the ball game. They still need to work at the defensive end on getting some stops, but offensively, they're on the right track.
You're right, Clark. When you're down, you can't just give away opportunities like that.
Well, the margin of error is much smaller when you're trailing and trying to come back, so everything is much more important. Turnovers always are self-destructive.
And here are the Bucks now, following the three-point attempt by Mike Bibby. Here's Shorty. Here's Bogut. Great play to stay with him. 8 points for him.
Well, that's where he's so dangerous. You let him hang around the rim area, and he'll make you pay, as we just saw.
Here's Bibby. Into O'Neal. Over Bogut. Money on the 10-footer.
He's really been efficient in the quarter so far. I love the way he's looking for his offense.
Right wing. The handoff to Bogut. To 0. Shorty gently drops it in.
That's too easy. The D's got to get to him about 8
It's
feet
just
further out.
butter.
Just finished the third quarter, and it's a double-digit game. The score, 46-31. And here is Chalmers. Five on the shot clock. Here's O'Neal. Connects on the baseline jumper.
He's really flipped the script with this performance here in the second half.
Here's Milwaukee now. Gets it to the ball. Nice shot by the fifth-year veteran out of Syracuse. A difficult situation for Miami. 15-point game. To Wade. Guarded by Redd. Chalmers buries the corner jumper.
Drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
So it's Milwaukee now. 13-point lead. And here is Thomas. O'Neal's there. It's blocked, but he stays with it. Right wing. Inside. Kisses it off the glass and in. They push their lead to 15.
The defender couldn't get around the pick and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there.
Shorty gets called for the reach, and that's his third foul so far. And be sure to tune in next Wednesday From Georgia, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks as they host the Los Angeles Lakers. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. And here is Chalmers. Wade backs in. Here's Bibby. Kept alive. And here's Chalmers. Bibby on the perimeter. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. And here are the Bucks now. 15-point game. 2:50 left in the game. Poked away. Stolen by the Heat.
Kevin, you know, they're still doing a pretty good job of limiting their giveaways right now.
Wade hits the bucket. The Bucks should look to use some clock here. He's got to push it. Shorty in close. Graceful finish.
Well, he's not a premier scorer, but he's contributed big time on the offensive end today.
Cheryl Miller met with Eric Spoelstra earlier. Cheryl, what did he have to tell you?
Hey, Kev, he told him it's time to tell.
The Bucks walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Heat 61-49. For his steady play, Shorty is our Jordan Brand player of the game.
Well, he was the initiator and the playmaker for their offense, Kevin. He kept his head up and created a bunch of easy scores with his passing.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports.
Good performance tonight. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. Taking the right shots gives your team the best chance possible to win games. Moving on. And I'm gonna say this the nicest way possible, but you really dominated the ball tonight, and not in a good way. There is no quicker way to lose the respect of your teammates than to commit ball hoggery. And yeah, I just made up that word. All things considered, a very well-played game of hoop.
All I heard was you hate, son. That's all I heard. It's Mike Conley down.
Let's take a moment to check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Clark, let's take a look at the Grizzlies for a second. What's the key for them?
Well, Kev, Kirk Thomas is a guy they've got to keep under control. He's an excellent rebounder on both backboards, so you've got to get into him and deny him prime position inside.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What do they need to do to secure a win?
One of the key contributors for them will be Michael Redd, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all this year?
So, unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin. He can hurt you from anywhere.
Here's Randolph. Drops it in from 12 feet. Here's Milwaukee now. This is their second meeting of the year against this Grizzlies team.
It wasn't a game they can be proud of at all, Kev. I mean, they know they should have fought much harder. They should have competed better.
And here is Red, averaging 16 points a game.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot. He's extremely deadly from there.
To Gasol. Mayo. Here's Conley. Off from three-point land. So it's Milwaukee now. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
You know, so many times it's not what your team accomplishes, but what the other guys lack. They took advantage of a poor offensive outing, playing well enough themselves to come out on top.
Here's Conley after the basket by Milwaukee. Kicked by Randolph. Okay with it. The pick, and that one's good.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
To the elbow. Shorty gently drops it in.
They're all business here. No messing around right now. Perfect shooting to start.
Stolen by the Bucks.
The interior D was lurking on that one.
Milwaukee turns it over. We'll go the other way. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. You look at Atlanta. They're in control of the #1 seed, looking to finish out the season strong. And, of course, Milwaukee way down below. Here's Conley. They really needed more from him in that loss to Golden State. Here's Randolph. Hits the front rim and in.
It's always a pleasure to watch a great shooter go to work. Give him a little elbow room, and it's automatic.
Memphis on D, trailing by 2. Here's Shorty, trains it from 7 feet out. 6 points for him.
That just goes to show you, folks, everybody in this league is a pro. Give them a shot like that, and they'll knock it down.
There's Conley, averaging 9 points per contest. Nail, left foot. The shot no good. And the Bucks going the other way right now. 2:07 left in the first. Elson in close. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Memphis trailing here. Bounce pass into Zach Randolph.
Passes like that are fun to watch. Beautiful feed inside for the score. He placed it perfectly, Kevin.
To 0. Here's Petrus. Nets it from the wing.
Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're lucky. They got lucky there.
Here comes Michael Conley. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
I think they're disappointed with how they played. They should have been able to give themselves a much better chance to win had they played to their normal level.
Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here. They're unselfish, they set good screens, they move well without the ball, and they're disciplined in that they don't take just any shot. They want the best shot available, and that's usually what they get.
And here are the Bucks now. The Grizzlies making the shot. Bogut connects from in close.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Here's Mayo. A missed 3. Milwaukee in the lead. Shorty from short range. Finishes with the soft touch. 8 points for him.
And right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
The dunk and the foul.
It's too easy out.
Good for the 3-point play. We talked about sending a message, Clark. This certainly is one way to do that.
Well, it really is, Kevin. I mean, it's demoralizing to a defense when you can't and don't consistently get stopped.
Here's Randolph. Bogut on him. Randolph can't hit.
That's not something you'll see very often. Got the mid-range jumper he wanted, but off target.
To 0. What a buzzer beater.
That's simply a big-time shot right there, Kevin. To have that amount of concentration with the clock winding down is something special. A lot of players don't have that.
The Bucks with a comfortable margin.
Well, they're in attack mode now, Kevin. Every time they get the ball, they're coming right at you, looking for contact and looking for buckets right at the
Welcome back. Second quarter action coming your way. The first quarter was a story of domination. Let's see if it will hold up here. So it's Milwaukee now. 11-point game. And looking at next Wednesday, it'll be Joe Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks. They'll be hosting the Los Angeles Lakers. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right. So it's Memphis now, following the bucket by the Bucks. Right wing. Here's Conley on the mark with the triple. Nice bucket by the third-year man out of Ohio State.
Kevin, one of the outstanding young point guards to keep an eye on is Mike Conley. I mean, he got off to a slow start, a little bumpy, but right now, the reins of that Memphis team are in his hands, and I think he's going to handle it well.
We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at the Lakers. They're looking to lock up the best record of the conference and a #1 seed come playoff time. And, of course, the Grizzlies. They're 7th best right now in the conference. Can't sink the first. Good on number 2. Here's Conley. Gay to the wing. To Conley. Perimeter. Now Gasol. Bogut on him. No good from Gasol. And here are the Bucks now. They host the Clippers after this game. And that game concludes a 5-game homestand.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
Here's Conley. Timeout called the Grizzlies. Around the league, here we go. A recap from yesterday. It was the Rockets taking the win down in Houston. The Lakers falling short there. It was success for the Jazz on the road. The Wizards unable to defend at home. Out at the Oracle Arena, a win for the Warriors. And here are the Grizzlies now. 15-point game. Here's Red. Yes, from downtown. 7 points in the game.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point margin.
Tomatoes. Leads him with the pass. Conley hits. Nice pass, leading him to the bucket.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
And looking forward to this Saturday, we'll be in the Phillips Arena to see the Atlanta Hawks. They'll take on the Detroit Pistons. It'll start at 7 o'clock Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. And here are the Grizzlies now after the basket by Milwaukee. Randall passes it back, and here's Mayo. Here's Milwaukee now. It's an 18-point lead.
My bad, y'all. If I can.
Right block. Tries to keep it alive. Here's what Memphis has lined up on their schedule. They'll be playing the Magic. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
We balling, though. We balling.
The Bucks going with the new group. So it's Milwaukee. Here's Shorty. Hangs and hits. He's got 20.
No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop him.
They played it down.
Hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. They'll be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Milwaukee is just getting everything they want inside.
Points in the paint have been the story so far, and I don't think it's going to change unless This team starts
11 on
defending
the
with
court.
physicality, bodying up without fouling.
Now Bell. Here's Bell. Drains the open look.
I love that they're staying aggressive and just keep piling on the point.
A challenging stretch here for Memphis. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game marks the first half of a quick two-game homestand. Gay kept alive. Cuts off the pass.
Boy, the turnovers are piling up pretty quickly here. We've seen them do quite a bit of sloppy ball handling.
That's their third turnover in this quarter. And here is Mayo.
Talk about whipping some behind.
Yeah, lopsided game to say the least. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. The score, 43-19. And now the T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's... Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway. So it's Milwaukee. Bogut down low, working on Randolph. Here's Red, trains it for 3. 10 points for him.
Well, we talked about him at the start of the game. That three, a favorite weapon of his. He'll launch it at the drop of a hat.
Ends to Zach Randall. Here's Conley. Watches the open J.
They've really done a great job securing the rebounds, Kevin.
They got the advantage right now for a +5. Thomas gets in close. Graceful finish. They're up 48-19. And like we were saying, having more rebounds helps in so many ways.
Well, here with the lead, it's important that you eliminate second chance opportunities for your opponents and then get some of those yourself.
Hacked on the way up, and he'll get 2 shots at the line. And there's the foul against Milwaukee.
That was forced. It's a more free will. I would save this shit. Game 3. Probably see you locked in. We
knocks down the first one.
right now.
Short time at Ohio State for Michael Conley, but did play in a...
Who you beat the first 2 games?
76,
There's Conley.
Miami.
He has 6. Shorty gets the reach-in call.
This
That's
is
the
top
second
10
foul
too. They
of the game.
36 and 36.
And
This one
here's
is
what's
just
happening
they
this
want me
Friday.
to go
It'll be Joe Johnson.
They got folks over there. They got Rudy Gay, Mike
Cavaliers at the Quicken
like they.
Loans Arena.
I could have went there, but
8
the
o'clock
Spurs just a
Eastern.
better
It'll
option.
be fun to watch.
I mean, championship wise.
Yeah, for ring chasing.
I
That was
know.
it.
Right now averaging 7
You
points a
gotta see
game.
the Spurs. If you play on
Exactly. They probably would have put us out in the playoffs.
And here are the
I'm
Grizzlies.
trying to get
Limited
ring
minutes.
so I can get to the next year. But you've been balling. But y'all on a 3-game streak. I don't think I ever got on a 3-game streak.
Here's Shorty. Makes it from 18 feet out.
Definitely gonna get a good team.
22 points for him.
He can't be
Probably need to
stopped.
go
He's
slap
having
the
a party
Lakers, the
out there.
Spurs, and like the Celtics or something.
That's my second step back in somebody's face. Oh my God.
Gay with it. Right now averaging 21 points a game. Mayo.
Look at that. I hate that.
Defense is going to have to think about getting out faster on the shooters. You've got to close out on shooters rapidly. They're starting to heat it up here in the second half. They're playing them tight all the way up the court right now. Full court man-to-man deep.
Press up, nigga.
Shorty guarded by Mayo.
Excuse me.
Sweet move. Randolph grabs the board. And here are the Grizzlies now.
It's good ball. I ain't mad at
To Young. From inside. Finishes with the soft touch.
it.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
Y'all gotta let
in
me know
total
what
control.
y'all think that'll improve the 11 game. We so all
He's
around.
covered by Randolph.
Besides the shooting.
Inside, can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Gay.
Trust OJ.
Here's Gay. Nails it from the wing. He's got 8.
He's really been efficient in the quarter so far. I love the way he's looking for his offense.
That's the ball.
Here's Milwaukee now. They have a 19-point lead. And here is Thomas. Baseline. Ward. Caught the baseline J. Nice shot by the 5th-year veteran out of Syracuse.
Why?
Called the Grizzlies. And the Bucks with some adjustments here. Here's Conley. 6 points for him. About 3.5 minutes left in the fourth. To Gay. Stolen away.
And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Here's Alexander. And it's Rudy Gay with the rebound. He's done a great job, Clark, of controlling the ball.
Boy, he sure has, Kevin. I mean, focus and quality ball handling. Very impressive. He's really had a positive impact on his team with that kind of work.
It's stolen by Red.
And again, they let the defense get a hand on the ball. A little carelessness there. It's difficult to win in the NBA when you give the ball to the other team so much.
Thomas backs him down. Thomas is called for charging. That's his first foul of the game. If they go on to lose, Clark, they'll have to point to the giveaway.
Without question, Kevin, you're exactly right. I mean, you can't turn the ball over that much and expect to be able to.
Bogut backs down, puts up the baby hook, can't get it to go, and it's Memphis the other way. 1:28 left in the game. Here's Young. No luck on the three-point attempt.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
To Bogut. Dumps it off. Knocked loose.
They're just being too careless with the ball and trying to force the issue. They're trying to make things happen that aren't there. And that's what happens when you don't show some patience.
And the Bucks with some adjustments here. He completes the three-point play. In the first half, they were excellent in limiting giveaways.
Yeah, they were, Kevin, and that's...
Milwaukee in total control. 19-point game. Norwich from short range. Lays it right in.
They're leading by double digits, and I'd say this game is essentially done.
Here's Shorty. He gets hammered and he'll head to the line.
Looks like a good call from here where I said definitely some contact on that shot.
And he makes the first one. And the Grizzlies with some adjustments here. Gets them both. Here's Conley. He's got 6.
Kevin, they're too far behind. This one looks like it may be out of reach.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
They needed this run sooner. I don't think they have enough time left to stage a comeback now.
And here are the Bucks now. They lead by 17. The Bucks can just dribble out the clock to end the game.
Put a fork in them, Kevin. This one's
bro. Stop playing with me, bro.
Here comes Michael Conley. Here's Young, buries it. The Bucks walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Grizzlies 69-52.
Double-digit victory.
For his solid performance, Shorty is the Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Well, Kevin, the name of the game is still scoring. And anytime you score that many points, you're giving.
You got you a double-double yet?
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Sharon Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
I had one in my slump video where I was talking about, I'm not even averaging 14
Great
points
game,
back to
man.
back.
Great game.
I had
First
14
off,
points,
you were
11
very
assists,
selective
one
on your
of those
shots
games, so
out
I
there.
wasn't really
That kind of
tripping.
patience impresses me. As a teammate, your job is to do everything you can do to put your team in a position to win. You definitely did that on the offensive end of the court. I tell you, another thing I really liked out there was your ball distribution. The guy dropping the dime doesn't usually get as much love as the guy dropping the bucket, but I believe it's more satisfying.
What they talking about?
All in all, I really don't know what else to say. Keep it up.
Cleveland. We can walk away with the Clippers. They're going to try to hold us in Cleveland. I want to put some upgrades. Do y'all think we need them upgrades?
Well, what's that, 5K? Shit, you might as well keep saving, at least touch 6. Get one more game, man, and then upgrade. All you need is a good 500.
67 hustle, y'all. Y'all see it. 67 Dennis. Glad. Always. Brought 2 or more fouls. Griffin.
Let's take a moment for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And as we take a look at the Clippers, what's the key against the Bucks?
Well, Kevin, you know the deal here. Against pressure like that, you got to squeeze the orange. They've been cooking over the last 3 games, and the steals have increased because the defense has been stifling. But you know what? They'll gamble looking for those steals. So if you take care of the ball and use some ball fakes, you might have a chance to burn them with some easy ones.
And Clark, since we're talking about the keys, how about Milwaukee? What's the key for them?
And one of the key contributors for them will be Michael Redd, a terrific three-point shooter and a high-volume scorer.
Does he have any range at all on his shots?
Oh, unbelievable range. In the gym range is what I call it, Kevin. He can hurt you from anywhere.
We'll see how it plays out. Thanks, Clark. And the Clippers have possession. This is the second time they've matched up against Milwaukee.
I didn't think we saw a real strong outing defensively from him, Kevin. And very few teams can get away with winning, maybe a handful of games, if that, relying solely on their offense. Well, it can be awfully hard to stay in front of guys at this level. He tried his best, but still got hit with the foul.
He knocks down the first one. Eric Gordon had a short but very productive college career. He hasn't missed a beat coming to the NBA.
Well, scorers typically have the easiest adjustment to the NBA, especially when you have the range that Eric Gordon has and the strength. And he's an improving ball handler, so no surprise that when he got the opportunity, he puts big numbers up.
Here's Alexander. Red is on it to the perimeter. To Alexander. Here's Red.
What a shot! Kevin, I think you've got to fight over the top when you're defending him. He's got such a quick release that you can't give him any space.
Telfair answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Talk about attitude. Give up a 3 and then get it right back. What a shot.
Taken away by Campbell. The Clippers looking for their first lead of the game. Telfair. Here's Gordon. can't take the lead. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
You look at where they really impacted the flow in this one, and it was in getting a hold of the loose ball and taking advantage of the lack of ball control at the other end of the court.
Here's Telfair, lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack. He's got 5.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Out the layup by Shorty. Now Gordon, averaging 13 points a contest. Now Thornton, from just inside the arc, gets the bucket.
That was a quick shot, but when they leave you open like that, you can't pass that up.
Here's Milwaukee now. Down low, Ward connects from in close.
Great pick there. The defender was stopped in his track, and it freed up the easy basket.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Boy, they showed a lot of heart. Came out and really tried to get the job done, but they simply were overmatched.
With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. Look at the Lakers. They're in control of the #1 seed, looking to finish out the season strong. And checking out the Clippers. They just haven't had the type of record they've wanted. And the Clippers have possession, trailing by 2, kept alive. Kaman backs in. Great finish in traffic. And here are the Bucks now. Here's Shorty, and it's Kaman with the rebound. On offense, here are the Clippers. Here's Davis. Does not get the go-ahead bucket.
That shot didn't have a chance. He doesn't have the softest touch, and the defense was in his jersey. Got to look for a better shot.
Shorty. No luck on the three-point attempt. And the Clippers have possession. Here's Davis. It's in for 3. So it's Milwaukee now. It's a 3-point game. Shorty backs down. The Clippers with the narrow lead.
They're looking to find the open man, and you can see their advantage in assists. Nonetheless, their interior defense has...
I'm really supposed to pass that.
Okay, here we go. The start of the second quarter. We've got a close contest in this one. And here are the Bucks now. Upcoming, there'll be a special Easter Day broadcast. It'll be Kevin Garnett and the Boston Celtics. They'll be hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game time is 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific.
It'll be fun to watch.
And here is Canby. Thomas is on him. Here's Canby.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Low block. To Jennings from just inside the arc. It's a little short, but gets the friendly roll. Now Gordon. About 3.5 minutes left in the second. Thornton backs him down. Thornton from close range lays it right in. Nice bucket by the third-year man out of Florida State. Milwaukee turns it over. We'll go the other way. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. You take a look at the Bucks, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring.
With all of the great shooters they have, it's almost easy to think that they would shoot a high percentage. But there's some other factors at play here. They're unselfish, they set good screens, they move well without the ball, and they're disciplined in that they don't take just any shot. They want the best shot available, and that's usually what they get.
Shorty. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That one is on Keenan. The Bucks going with a new group. The Clippers in the lead.
Missed the free throw.
Get ball.
Here's Thornton. Pops it in on the layup. 8 points for him.
That's too easy. The D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
To Warwick. Stolen away.
He got caught napping. You've got to pay attention and protect the pin.
Breakaway jam by Butler.
He's getting the highlight reel play of the day. Wait a minute. Make that week. Hey, make it the year. Now that was a dunk.
Here's Bell. Jordan yanks it down inside.
How much better a look do you need? Good mid-range shooter. Should have been Money in the Bank.
Upcoming, there'll be a special Easter Day broadcast. We'll see Devin Harris and the New Jersey Nets. They'll be in Washington, D.C. to take on the Wizards. That game gets going at 6 o'clock Eastern.
I think it'll be fun.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. Shorty from short range. Graceful finish.
Simply too much quickness there. You got to really move your feet to keep up with him.
Los Angeles calls timeout. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. You look at the Hawks. They're looking to lock up the best record of the conference and a #1 seed come playoff time. And checking out Milwaukee, more than a few spots below. And so here are the Clippers. 1:14 left in the half. Right wing. Gordon inside. Here's Telfair. Count! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Good for the three-point play. And here are the Bucks now. A 12-point game. To Petrus. Goes up. Puts it down off the beautiful pass. He's got 5.
There's high percentage shots, and then there are 100% shots. That's as close as it gets right there.
Tosses it up. No dice by Thornton. Alexander has picked up his first foul of the game. And he makes the first one. And he splits the free throws. On offense here, the Bucks. Top of the key. Dumps it off. Warren defended by Gordon. Here's Petrus. Knocked down the trifecta.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point marksman. Hey, right there.
Telfair drops it in from 12 feet. He's got 10.
Tour de force performance right here. They're having a great second quarter.
To Bogut. Here's Alexander. Hits the tray.
Drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Al Gordon. Here's Telfair. The shot misses.
The Clippers have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. We've reached halftime with the score 37-30.
It ain't bad.
Well, it's time for our T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the
Bad if one person got.
Hi, fans, and welcome. They're ready to start the second half of this game, so let's get on with the action. So it's Milwaukee now. They trail by 7. Thomas passes it back to 0. Dumps it off. Thomas. No good. And the Clippers the other way now.
Great defense there. Challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
The dump off to Telfair. Red gets the defensive 3-second call. And as we get a break, let's take a look at some of the scores from last night's games. It was the Mavericks taking a win down in Dallas. Loss for the Nuggets. The Raptors lost on the road. The Bobcats get the win. Out at New Orleans, so win for the Hornets. The Lakers falling short there. And that's all we have for you right now. Camby the screen. Over Thomas. And the basket by Gordon.
Nice screen to set up the J. Excellent offensive execution right there.
Here's Shorty. Buries the short-range jumper. 10 points for him. And so here are the Clippers. They're leading by 8. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Camby with it. He's guarded by Thomas. Stolen by Alexander.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
The pass cut off by Camby. On offense, here are the Clippers. 8-point game. Here's Telfair. Camby shuts it down.
He's normally pretty accurate around the rim, but he couldn't make the layup that time.
Shorty backs down. Red. Shot's good. Nice shot by the 10th-year veteran out of Ohio State. Now Thornton. And so here are the Clippers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. The gorgeous reverse. He has 7.
Such a creative finish. That was an impressive move.
Here's Shorty in close. Oh, just misses, but he'll get 2 shots at the line. Upcoming, there'll be a special Easter Day broadcast. We'll see Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be playing host to the visiting San Antonio Spurs. Things get going at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
You always want to get out of there with the win in that one.
So true. The Clippers in the lead. Dumps it off. Here's Butler. Drops it in from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Thomas kisses it off the glass and in.
That's where you're going to get the high percentage look. Easy 2 there.
Here's Los Angeles now.
Got him.
They lead by 7. Here's Telfair. Under clutches. He gets hammered and they'll head to the line. Chance now to check out the schedule for Milwaukee. You can look forward to the Quicken Loans Arena after this game in a matchup against Cleveland. That'll be the first half of the 2-game trip. Can't sink the first. He sinks the second. And here are the Bucks now. Trailing here by 8. To Bogut. Kamen's there. Gets in close, and it's Kaman with the rebound. It's 1-on-1. For the alley-oop. Bell snatches it inside.
Oh, nice idea there. I think he lost his grip at the finish.
Red. Shorty leads the game in assists.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
And the Clippers call time here. The Bucks going with the new group.
Put me on the feet.
Now Gordon. He's got 7.
Game. Oh, yeah, it's over.
are the Clippers. 9-point game. Here's Shorty. Hangs. Foul. Hung. Take a trip to the line. It's on Al Horton.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
Off target on the first. Sinks the second, and that brings them within 8. Now Gordon. He's got 9. 1:55 left to the fourth. To Gordon. Telford. Kenley drops it in.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
Rand down low. A quick shot. Eric Gordon grabs the board.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there.
Al Horton, guarded by Red. To Griffin. In close. Finishes with the soft touch.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Poked away, and it's picked up by the Clippers. Perimeter, the handoff to Telfair. Griffin, guarded by Red. Shorty gets the reach-in call. That's foul number 2 for him.
They don't want to see us still make the playoffs. That's all.
Stolen away by Shorty.
You got too casual with the ball there, and it led to a steal. Great D leads to easy offense.
The Clippers should slow it down here and use some fun.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it. A tough sequence there.
Now Gordon. 9 points in the game so far. Uncovered. Kept alive. Here's Thomas. It's good. Nice offensive rebound.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
Now Gordon. They've got to push it. 6-second difference between the shot and the game clock.
You should leave those long bomb passes alone.
Here's Shorty. No good on the baseline J. The Bucks will go for the intentional foul.
He saved an easy bucket there with the foul. He'll make him earn them at the line.
Just cap.
The first, that makes it a 7-point lead. Perfect from the line, and it's an 8-point ballgame. The Bucks will call a full timeout. They're behind by 8. 11 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're going to draw up a play here, but it's probably too little too late. This game is really just about out of reach.
So it's Milwaukee trailing here by 8. Up ahead. The Clippers win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Bucks 70-62. For his steady play, Sebastian Telford is the Jordan Brand player of the game.
Well, Kevin,
Well, that'll do it on behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and the rest of the 2K Sports
I
crew.
gave this game.
Kevin Harlan saying so long and see you next.
Are you ready for your glowing review of the shots you took? I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. There is no better way to put your team into a position to win than by taking smart shots. Next topic. You were in the face of your man on every shot he took. I love that. You know, playing great defense when your man has the ball isn't really that hard.
Go ahead like
It
I
just
did
takes
last
hard
game.
work and effort. Your teammates are loving you after that
Off and
game.
then
Great
we
work.
spin that VC.
Let's take a moment to check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. All right, so Clark, taking a look at the Bucks, what's going to be the key for them?
they do not want to allow a big game from Shaq. he has to be accounted for. He's got one heck of a knack for scoring in the paint. So you've got to fight him in the post area. Don't let him get that deep, sweet post position. Otherwise, he'll make you pay.
And Clark, what about Cleveland? What will be the key for them?
Well, it all starts with LeBron James, a stat sheet stuffer. He's doing everything, and he's doing it all at a very high level, Kevin.
Doing it all. I like what you said. He can score any way. I mean, long, short, drive. He does it all.
I think the greatest strength of his game is his ability to get points in the paint. He shoots a high percentage because he takes the ball to the line.
O'Neal backs in. You talk about a missing piece for the Cleveland Cavaliers. When they got Mo Williams, I just thought the whole complexion of their team changed.
Without question, Kevin, because he's a big shot maker and can take ball handling responsibility away from LeBron James at different times, and he makes everybody else's job easier. But I like his competitiveness and the fact that he takes and makes big shots.
Williams' shot is good.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot. He's extremely deadly from there.
Shorty backs him down. To the wing. Here's Shorty. Shot no good. And Cleveland will take it the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
They pretty much delivered a drubbing. I call it a drumming and drubbing. And there wasn't a lot of fight back either.
O'Neal inside. Thomas is there. Williams. And the basket good. He has 7.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
The dump off to Warwick. To Red. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Alexander. Drains it for 3.
These guys are doing an excellent job on offense here at the start of this game. Good shots leading to 4 or 5 shooting.
Parker. Drains the open jumper.
So far, I don't think you can ask for a better start to the game for them. 4 for 4 thus far.
To Warwick. Stolen away. Bucks on D. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
We saw him play a good game of basketball, Kevin. But when you're outmatched, your good is going up against their great. That makes it hard to win.
Here's Parker. Hits the 15-footer. So it's Milwaukee. Trailing by 2. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
I don't think they brought the kind of intensity they needed to. They had a slow offense and really were a non-factor on defense.
Williams gets in close, finishes with the soft touch. He's got 9.
So far, they haven't found a way to stop him this quarter. He's really been active.
Almost got it to fall, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Some great shooters here. Let's check out the league leaders. And you look at Shaquille O'Neal, a great player, second in the league.
Field goal percentage is always a function of the kinds of shots you take. And this guy here, I tell you what, not only does he make a high percentage of his shots, but he takes good shots on a regular basis.
And the Bucks with some adjustments here. He sinks the second.
Oh my God.
Here's Parker. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Here's O'Neal.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs it.
As he turns it over, we'll go the other way. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Taking a look at Cleveland. Right now, they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And checking out Milwaukee, they're way down there.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the schneid against these guys.
Here's Williams. It's in for 3. He's got 12.
They're really doing a nice job, a really good job of getting everything they want in this quarter. Just good, solid basketball.
Shorty, he's guarded by Williams. Thomas hits. Nice pass, leading into the bucket.
Easy look in the paint. The defense got abused there.
Here's O'Neal. Shot misses. And it's Milwaukee the other way. And the story we've seen here from the field, impressive shooting, getting off to a tremendous start.
Boy, Kevin, this is the kind of offensive rhythm that can set you on a nice course. I mean, they definitely want to keep that momentum going.
They're doing this on purpose.
And here is Williams. He's got 12.
He intentionally playing bad for no reason.
And Cleveland has possession. They're leading by 8. Here's Bogut. Cans it from in close.
Tell you what, Kevin, both teams have been on a tear. This could be a very high-scoring game.
Can't get it to go. The Cavaliers have taken the early lead.
Well, they're scoring with ease. They've definitely hit the ground running. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And here are the Bucks now. 6-point game. Upcoming, there'll be a special Easter Day broadcast. At the Staples Center, it's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. They'll be hosting the San Antonio Spurs. That game has a start time of 12:30 Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep.
That's too easy. But D's got to get to him about 8 feet further out.
The Cavaliers leading. Williams from close range. Graceful finish. He's got 14.
He came up big there against the much bigger opponent. Sweet play down low.
Thomas inside. The jump hook, and that one's good.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Let's take a look around the NBA yesterday. It was the 76ers taking the win in Philadelphia. The Thunder defeated. It's a road loss for the Wizards. The Rockets come out with the win. The Clippers grab one on the road. Bucks can't get it done at the Bradley Center. And back to the game we go. And here is Red, covered by Parker. Shoots from the post. Red's shot is right there.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for.
Knocks it loose. Here's Williams. Nails the easy jumper. 16 points for him.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Inside from short range. Nice shot by Bogut.
And that's great court vision, Kevin. Even when he was about to shoot, he was still able to spot the open man.
Here's Williams. Almost a three-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Michael Red.
Not a bad foul there, Kevin. You don't want him to get the easy layup.
He knocks down the first one. Gets them both. So it's Milwaukee trailing by 4. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Red's shot is right there. One of the best shots in the NBA comes off the fingertips of Michael Red, who grew up in Columbus, Ohio. You know something about him.
I sure do. He and I have become pretty good friends, and he's really worked to make himself one of the premier shooters in the NBA. Came into the league as just a scorer. Now he's one of the most lethal three-point shooters in the game.
Shorty, with 1 on the clock, lays it right in. He's got 7.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfect.
Coming, there'll be a special Easter Day broadcast. It'll be Yao Ming and the Houston Rockets as they find themselves in Indiana playing the Pacers. That game gets going at 6 o'clock Eastern.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one. You're right.
Here's Shorty. Does not get the go-ahead bucket. A tight game here in Cleveland. Here's James. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Oh, 2 hands to make sure.
The Bucks trail. Shorty. Kept alive. Here's Jennings. Drains it from downtown. They cut it to 1.
Well, the D will live with that one. That's really not his range. So even though he bagged the 3, I think they'll still let him shoot that.
Here's Williams. Answers right back with a 3 of his own. He's got 21.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
The bucket was set up with the dish by Jennings.
Beautiful pass there to find his man streaking up court.
James with it, averaging 33 points a contest. The steal by Shorty. The fast break is on. Leads him in. Jennings lays it right in. He's got 5.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Here's James. Buries the short-range jumper. Nice bucket by the 7-year veteran out of St. Vincent St. Mary High School. To Red. Here's Thomas. In close. Gets the lay-in. And here is Williams. 21 points in the game.
If they want to go 2 for 1, they'll have to speed it up.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. Well, you look at LeBron James, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
With his unbelievable scoring ability, he is such a security blanket, not only for his teammates, but for his coaches. I mean, this is a guy that you can count on to produce night in and night out at a high level, because there's just not anything he can't do at the offensive end.
And here is West. Easy shot. Williams can't get it to go.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Shorty. O'Neal with the rebound.
Well, the defense put pressure on him, and frankly, he'll miss some of those even when he's wide open.
LeBron, all alone, gets the bucket. 6 points for him.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here's Shorty. Nails it from close range. The Cavaliers still holding on to a small lead.
It's anyone's game right now, partner. Every possession is critical.
And here is West from short range. Kisses it off the glass and in.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
The handoff to Alexander. Dumps it off to Zero. On the corner. Shorty, fended by West. 6 seconds to shoot. Connects from in close. Timeout call the Cavaliers. Upcoming, there'll be a special Easter Day broadcast. It's going to be LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers as they make the trip to Boston to face the Celtics. The action gets going at 1 o'clock Eastern time.
You always want to get out of there with the win in that one.
So true. Here's James. A missed 3.
Outstanding job there to contest the shot and grab the miss. That's how you play defense.
And here is Thomas. James covering. Shorty gets in close. Kept alive. Misses it again.
There wasn't enough defensive pressure to affect him that close to the rim. I think he just flat out missed it.
Here's West. Yes, from downtown. They push their lead to 5.
This is called you must extend your defense, especially on the three-point marks.
Here's Shorty on the paint. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
What more can he ask for? Came up against very little defensive resistance, then botched the layup.
Moon off the mark from 3. Here's Shorty. What a big-time shot to beat the buzzer.
You got to be cool and confident to hit a shot like that. He is, and he delivered.
Well, it's been an exciting game as we finish the third. The scores.
That was unexpected. I just tried to get out there and get one up, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
And here is West. And now for our sideline reporter. Cheryl has some information for us.
Well, over the break, I listened in by the Cavs bench. Coach Brown is aware that his team has been struggling from the free throw line, but he just wanted his team to continue attacking the rim. He said the shots will eventually fall. He said, you guys can do it. Hey, let's see if it pays off.
All right, Cheryl.
No surprise there, Kevin. One of the keys to the game, his ability to light up the scoreboard, as we're seeing with our very own eyes. These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
Cavaliers leading.
Take our time.
To James. The shot is off. And the Bucks going the other way right now.
Get it up the red. Get it up the red.
Going inside. To the top of the key. To Red. James covering. Shoots from the post. It's rebounded by West.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star player.
Shorty. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. Here comes Williams, who's got 23. Dumps it off. And here is O'Neal. To the left side.
He just keeps knocking them down from deep. I can relate to that. Some days it seems like you just can't miss.
Here's Shorty inside.
Do not do that.
And here are the Cavaliers. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. West, right wing. Williams connects from downtown. He has 29.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Here's Red. Can't answer back with his own 3. Here comes Williams. 9-point game. Let's go with the 3. And that one's good. Sweet touch by the 7-year veteran out of Alabama. Here's Shorty. Can't put an end to the run.
Can somebody please explain to me what compelled him to take that shot? He must have bumped his head or something.
To LeBron. And it's Milwaukee the other way.
Right now, he hasn't been able to deliver for him. He's having difficulty finding the range. I think he has to step inside a little bit more.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers.
This is just a magnificent shooting performance we're watching here. The other team has to feel healthy.
He is lights out from beyond the arc, and he shows no signs of slowing down. Clark, what do you do as a coach and try and slow down the shooting?
Well, Kevin, sometimes there's not much you can do other than challenging every shot, maybe throwing different defenders at him, but sometimes you just have to hope that he misses some shots.
Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, I had a moment to speak with Mike Brown, coach of the Cavs. He wants his team to loosen up offensively. He said, we're passing on too many open looks. If you've got a good look, take it. These are shots we can make. That's something most players don't mind hearing. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Cheryl. West. Red with the rebound. And here are the Bucks now. It's a 10-point game. Jennings from close range finishes with the soft touch.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
James with it. Guarded by Red. It's Delonte West on the wing. The three won't fall. The Bucks trail. Here's Warwick. Nails the turnaround jumper.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
The Cavaliers have a chance to put this one out of reach. Hooked away. Stolen away by the Bucks. It's 2-on-1. Up ahead to Jennings. Hit his leg. And the ref saying he kicked it. The Cavaliers flip the switch these last few minutes and can't miss from downtown.
It's kind of contagious, Kevin. One guy hits and then another, and pretty soon everybody's knocking down threes.
On defense, the Cavaliers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Jennings. Shorty leads the game in assists.
My goodness, Kevin, their offense has really caught fire. And if this keeps up, they won't be behind for long.
And here is West. Hands it off. The Cavaliers with the turnover.
The line's there for a reason, young fella. Stay in the game.
The Bucks take their last 20-second timeout. They trail by 3. 16 seconds left in the game. Clark, what do you think?
You need a 3 here to tie, but there's still some time left on the clock. If you can get a quick layup for 2, I'd take that and then foul.
Here's Shorty from inside. Rebound by Delonte West. The Bucks will go for the intentional foul. They still got to foul them a second time to get into the penalty and send them to the strike.
That's the right move. Stop the clock and hope they make a mistake you can take advantage of.
The Bucks commit the intentional foul, and they'll try to extend the game. Sinks the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. 2 for 2, and it's a 5-point ball game.
Huge free throws there, Kevin. He just put this game out of reach.
The Bucks take a full timeout. They're down by 5. 9 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what are your thoughts?
Every second counts now. You got to score quickly, then foul.
Red hits the left rim and out. Here comes Williams. The Cavaliers win the hard-fought game as they outlast the Bucks 67-62. For his solid performance, Mo Williams is the Jordan. Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball.
There really isn't much I can critique you on following that performance. First off, you were very selective on your shots out there. That kind of patience impresses me. There is no better way to put your team into a position to win